Hey everybody, this is Al with El Rey Collection. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Got a big accumulation of stuff around here. Once again, seems to back up every now and then. So we got some PSA stuff, some stuff from the vault. I think it's a PSA vault, if I'm not wrong. We've got some PSA submissions. Oh, it's a lot of paper here. We've got some mail, so we just got a lot of everything. So if we can also chat as we're going, and see what's going on. Actually, I should probably get the chat up. And it was funny when I was in the National, somebody was mentioning about my sophisticated box opening material that I probably need a box opener, which is actually a good idea, and I actually have them. It's just, I never seem to remember at the right moment, and don't do a ton of planning in terms of my you want to do my lives, as you guys probably have tend to notice, and just decide, hey, I got to get this stuff out of here. Okay, so the PSA order is 53. It's the low service level vintage. About half of the stuff was graded, about half not, but most of the sets. So this was, and then from a matter of time, this was received on April 12th. The actual package, they actually received it on April 15th, and now it is August 15th. So April, May, June, July, August, 4 months for value vintage. So we can get into that in a second. Also have some other kind of mail and a few other packages. So actually, if you guys can just actually, let me put the comments up. If you guys can just let me know what you would rather I start with, that would be great. PSA, mail, vault, don't know what's most interesting. If in the absence of anybody letting their opinion known, then I will just revert to whatever's closest to me, which right now looks to be the PSA stuff. The vault box, which is rather large, is down on the ground next to me, and here's these. So actually, I can clear these out. I think these are very few cards. These are cards that I had graded at the National. No comments yet, so I'm just gonna open these and get these out of the way. So these were two cards that I crossed over into from SGC to PSA at the National, and they are dun, dun, dun. Here is a George Best 8. These also have my pedigree on them. You can see up here the Al Dragella collection. This was an SGC 8, so this crossed directly, if you will. Oh, this is nice. So they're even, so you can see I am not lying. This was a SGC 8. I'm not sure what's going on with my camera. It keeps flickering. So happy to have that in house. And then this other one also has the pedigree on it. And actually, I was unaware that these cards were being graded by PSA until just recently, which is kind of exciting. Again, here's the nice little PSA event. And this card was previously graded and SGC 6, and it is now a PSA 5. So this is a really cool card, and to have it in a PSA 5 is pretty cool. The Camlers, you can barely even see it actually in this light. Stamp is super light on this one, but still beautiful Dr. Sorosi card there. So those are 2 crosses that I did at the National. Hey Ed, glad that you made it back. It sounds like you had a crazy bit of travel over there. So glad that you made it back here stateside. And it seems like you had a good time with all of the UK collectors out there and number of museums. So pretty excited to hear all about that. This one was security checked, which, you know, you never know exactly what that means. Did they open it? Did they lose something? A little piece of mail. So let's see what's in here. I didn't even check the country of origin. If I had to guess, though, I'd probably say Portugal. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yep, this is nice. Here's Mario Coluna rookie, 54-55. Been on the lookout for one of these that I like the eye appeal on. Sort of blank back stickers, but still pretty important ones, at least to my eyes. For those of you who don't know, Coluna was like Pippen to MJ, Michael Jordan, but you know, he actually won. This is the funny thing is they actually won. Was it Champions League? I think before Eusebio came on. So that was something real. Okay. This one. So this one I will look to see where it's coming from. Oh, this is Sweden. I don't think there's anything of note in here. Yeah, this is just stuff from Anders, who's ML Collectibles on eBay. Didn't win a lot. His auctions have been pretty competitive over the last few years. So let's see what we get here. This is in a post-it thing. Here we have. Okay, yeah. So nothing huge. This is a. Oops, it's hard to see, but here on this side you can see it's a 1952 gold medal ticket. This is where the famous or notorious. No, notorious has a negative connotation. Where the great historically important Hungarian team wins the gold. And I'm just trying to take off this Elvis Presley card that I also won just with a marker bid there, which I thought was cool. An early Elvis card. And here, you can see this ticket a little bit better. This is the final of the Helsinki football. So that's pretty fun. Puskas in crew takes that one down, and then here's a little Elvis card just to have. No big deal on this one for sure. So that kind of goes over here in the paperwork section. This goes in the trash section. All right. Here is a package from Stateside. Collector, I think it's graded card. Yeah, let's take a look. I don't know anything else going on in people's worlds this year. It was a crazy summer with all the soccer, the tournaments, the Euros, the Cup of America, and then followed by the Olympics. It's just been, wow, crazy amount of watching stuff on TV. Here's Adolf Jager. This is a Greenling, kind of a nice one. And you can see the back here. It's much nicer than the one. It has this stain over here on the side, so it deserves the one, but it looks nicer than a one. And the other piece of this in this package is a dun, 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 kind of a cool Copa card. This is from the this is from the donut, the chocolate donut series. Very, very fun. And wow, this is a fun Zidane as well. So that is pretty cool. Thanks for that. That was a collector friend of ours here that's on the Discord. And it shouldn't be a surprise to most people who follow us well, who that would likely come from. Now let's just jump into this before I get into the vault stuff. I've got one or two other things around here, but I'll run it up. This box is incredibly light, so I'm thinking there's probably just one or two things that usually mean that they're oversized, which I don't think anything was supposed to be oversized in this order, so that always bums me out a bit if things are put in oversized holders that don't need to be. I thought I had this. If anybody has a topic you want to hear me talk a little bit about, just put it down in the chat and we'll see if I can chat about that. Oh man, these don't fit in regular ones. This is a bummer. So these are a couple of fun Kubala. This is a really fun Kubala. I love the action shot here. It's, as you can see, 1963, not even close to a rookie. Solano is showing his control of the ball. Really cool. The surface isn't great on this, which is why it gets a 1. I expected a low grade. I did not expect it to not fit in a standard holder, which, as you can see here, I don't know the best way to do this, but I mean, it clearly does. Like, so why are we not putting this in a standard holder? So frustrating. In fact, I usually don't send things that are borderline. And then here's a really cool one. I don't know if you guys have seen this or, in the past. These aren't that expensive when you find them, but this is Puskás, Di Stefano, and Copa in this. A really cool Pavel set from the early 1960s, but it's pretty cool to have these guys. I mean, what Real Madrid stars, Di Stefano, Puskás, Copa, and it's just crazy. I mean, shouldn't be any surprise why they won so many Champions League or European championships, I guess, back in the day. In that, and given that set of dominant players. On to the next. Okay, yeah, sure. So for those of you who don't know, Seb is on. Good to see you, Seb, by the way. So the PSA 8, there was a PSA 8 Aquarella that sold at the Golden 100. For those of you who don't follow Pele rookies, it's the highest grade. I think there's 2 8s, a couple of 7s. I want to say 3 or 4 7s. I don't have the pop report completely memorized, but there's very few high grades. Aquarella by itself is not a rare card. It is actually printed after the World Cup in order to celebrate the win of Brazil, and it comes in 2 different versions, one a black number, one a blue number, and those I want to say there's roughly 200, no, I mean 400 graded between both versions. They're perforated cards. They're not they're not very difficult. Probably one of the easiest, if not the easiest, Pele rookie to get. And a PSA 8 of that just sold for 225,000, which again, it has the highest grade premium. Seb's here asking for my thoughts. I think that it means the high end of the market is probably pretty strong. There's a desire to get into elite level soccer collectibles. That's, I think, is really positive. Would I put 225,000 into that card myself? I would not. I'd rather be the seller than the buyer there. Not because I don't love the Aquarela. I think it's a great image, but I just think it's too common, and I think it's more likely that more of those would be graded in high grade than say, for instance, the Alifa Bologue, which hasn't had really any new high grade examples above PSA 8 or higher, basically been graded since the boom, whereas pretty much all of the high grade Aquarellas have been graded. And I think the grading on the perforated cards, actually, I wanted to see if I maybe had one within reaching distance, but I don't think I do. All the grading on the perforated cards are really hard for me to understand. I look at a 3, a 6. I really can never tell the difference. Probably the 3 has sort of a surface bend in them, but at least on scans, I can almost never tell the difference. And even in person, I can not really tell the difference a lot. So that happens with a lot of cards with me in general, but even more so on the perforated cards. So I think it's a good sign for the high end of the market, but I also feel like it is, not a card that I would super stretch for 2 reasons. Just the difficulty in grading the perforated cards, number one, and then the potential for more, I think, even more. I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up with more than 1,000 Aquarela graded cards. And then number 3, I guess I would say, is this: it's a clearly post World Cup issue, meaning that it puts it on the back half of 58. Again, I love the sticker. I think you could get a really nice 3 for a few $1,000s and probably be helpful, additive on the, if you just had a look off without the slab and said, which one do you prefer? I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be, 100% picking the 8 over a nice 3, in which case, why not pocket, keep $225,000 and build out a world-class collection. But I do understand probably more of an investor type, maybe not someone who's actually in the soccer market all that much. So, these are kind of fun. I'll go quickly through these, but so this is a 1962 Orbis set. I don't know why I'm getting so much glare today, but what you see, this is the Djalma Santos, and these are the original rainbows. You can see here's Santos here, and then you also have him in a red version. You have him in a green version. So these are fun. These are the original rainbows, which I like to call them. And so there's 3 different colors that I got here for the Djalma Santos. Pretty fun. In a similar way, put together some Garinchas. Here's a red and a green. So we've got Christmas here. I also have other colors, although they always, here's some, here is another, the Djalma in blue. Let's see. Here is a Garincha in, what do they put? Brown. Here's a Garincha in yellow. Here's a Garincha in blue. So these are fun. So those, and here's the Djalma. So I guess in total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors in the Garinchas, and 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Djalma Santoses. Fun. I love those. Yeah. So hope everybody's having a great weekend. It's time to relax. Hope people are getting to relax and enjoying themselves. A pretty rare set. Oh gosh. So just as I was saying, here's another Djalma in purple, and then here's the Djalma in brown. So I truly had the full the full rainbow going on, which is fun. I think he's, Djalma Santos is really kind of underrated from my perspective. Probably like a Davies type player, rushing up on the side, getting involved in the offensive play. This set I really like. 1960 crack Arquero. Here's a Felix Lostau. That's really fun. I like the way this one looks. Here's a Pontani. I don't know why they gave that a miscut. I mean, that's when you're getting twos. I mean, let's lay off the I thought they were trying to do that anyway. Here's a Di Stefano. This is an issue out of Argentina. There's actually a number of players, and Di Stefano's one, where he has two different cards in the set, or pogs, I guess if you want to call them those, since to be more technically correct. Roberto Mendez sent in a bunch of these from the set. This is Martino. One. A couple of these look really clean, and surprised at all the low grades. They're kind of a flashback to the important players in Argentina. This is why you get Carlos Puseye. And then here's another Pontani. I think the number actually may be different on this one, just like I was saying earlier. Let's see. Martino. Didn't I have a Pontani down here? Yeah, 114. And then you get 380. So like this. And let's see what else we had here. Here's a Pedernera. Adolfo Pedernera. Very fun. Also giving this the MC, which I think is rather harsh. I mean, I guess it is a little cut to the top, but I see many, many, many that are worse than this that don't get the MC. And I thought a couple of these were never stuck, including this one, I think, but they gave that a 2 MC. They gave this a 2 MC as well on Labruna to go with the Lostau. So there were a bunch of those. Again, how many from this set? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from that set, which I really enjoy that set. It's a great set. Another set that I really, really enjoy is this Peruvian set, which is Impresora Orozante. And here's an Eusebio. Very different from most of the 1966 World Cup issues. So you can see that. And that came back a 5, which is way higher than I kind of expected. Again, you win some, you lose some. It looks like that's a definite win. And then there's a few others from the set. Really was looking forward to getting this one back. This is the Elias Figueroa, one of the best defenders, best South American footballers of all time, really. This came back at 2. There's some paper loss up here, you can see, but great eye appeal on this set, this Peruvian set of this Chilean great. Other cards from the set that I got graded were the Yashin. I love this one too. Clear kind of headshot, incredibly uncommon, difficult to find album. And this is a Florian Albert from the same. He's got this little hole down here is actually a bug hole. That's kind of fun. And then Antonio Carvajal, the great Mexican player. So this is really kind of cool to see that. Yeah, so now we're getting some comments over here, I see. Catch you again. Yeah, Raymond. Yeah, glad you could get in for a few minutes. Sorry we're so late here today. And Chris, we're on to the Aquarella conversation we were talking about. Yeah, I mean, the image is nice, certainly. My preference would also be the Bremers or the Alifas. But I absolutely agree with the record price is good for the thing. Yeah, that Copa is amazing. Yes. So thank you for that. So I guess, I didn't want to mention anybody's name, but Nick had sold me this group of cards right here. So yes, very fun. Zidane, Jager, and a great Copa that I didn't have. So excited to have that. So thank you, Nick, and thanks for tuning in tonight. Yes, that is a bit of a shocker. I got to be honest with you. The 5 on this but it's really a cool sticker. Very different from most things from the 1966 time. And then yes, the crying Pele. Yes, I really believe that as well, Chris. And we talked about this in the last Discord Premium channel because a PSA 6 just sold for about $7,000 of that card, which is similarly to the Aquarella, kind of a top echelon card for that. And to get that card top echelon versus an Aquarella top echelon and pocket 220,000 extra, I mean, even straight up, I'd probably take the Bremer PSA 6. So I think for me, just the Aquarella pricing is just the word in Spanish I'm thinking is desfasada. It's like kind of disconnected from other issues. But I'm definitely not the market. As you can see, the market values Aquarella tremendously. So here's a fun one you don't see every day. Here's obviously not a rookie, but you get this Rivera on this Siam issue. These are hard to not get the plastic backs, which are much more common and kind of cool in a way because not many things have plastic backs, but the cardboard backs of these are really, really hard, much harder than the plastic backs. And then here we've got this really cool one of Barcelona stars, Kosik Suarez and Kubala. This is from the German issue. See this? So those are fun. Got a couple of these. These are really kind of good. This is the Brazilian team. You got Pele down there, Didi, Santos, Gilmar, and this is from the Sicker Verlag in Germany. I didn't even look at the grades on these. That's a 5, and here's a duplicate of it as well. So kind of a fun, not very commonly seen sticker. Here's another one that kind of was buried in the thing for Francisco Varelo for the crack stuff. Let me put that over here with the crack. We had a straggler purple Garincha. Those are fun. These aren't super hard, mid-grade though. It's a nice Gerd Mueller from the Mira. I love the backs on these. They're just vibrant red, jump out at you, so to speak. And then we've got this other, here's a Bobby Charlton in the Mira. This has the Regalo back, which is rarer, means you want a prize. Here's a couple of Eusebios, a Francesa. This one got an altered, which surprises me. I could have assumed maybe a miscut here because of this on the bottom. Do not believe the sticker is altered, but I guess maybe on the removal it gets extra thin in a certain place, so they do tend to give those sometimes altered. But I guess it's being altered by being removed from the album. Here's a Zelito from Eusebio, 72, 73. The 70s ones are easier than the 60s ones in general. There are exceptions. And then here's the other Di Stefano with him. I think they painted his hair blonde on this, so now he looks like the blonde arrow. That's pretty funny, at least to me. Here's another Norberto Mendez from the Arcaro set. Here's another Bernabe Ferrara from that, and then here's another Felix Lostau. So still super fun and cool cards, if you ask me, and I am very happy to get those. One more stack here of the PSA stuff. I love this set, and again, I love this. Hey, a collector's dream. Good to see you on here. So this set, I know it looks like the same boring 1966 sets you see everywhere, right? But this is actually issued 2 years later using mostly the same images that were used in the 66 set. But they have this cool little back that's Contamos Contigo, which means we're relying on you. Chocolates Las Cibeles. And I love this back with this little car here. It's just amazing. So this Bobby Charlton came back a 3. This Gordon Banks came back a 5. Look at that back. That's even cooler to see that. This Bobby Moore came back a 1. Great looking backs for 1s. Sela came back a 3. Jimmy Graves came back a 4. So those are fun. Love those. Here's one of the last cards for Adrian playing years, at least, for Puska, 64-65, FHER. And here is this is a rarely seen item. This is out of Portugal. This is 1964-65 Victoria. Heroes de Bala. And these are super, super paper thin, but they are just beautiful, actually. At least to me, they are. And I sent in, I think, 4 of these, or maybe even 5. But look at this. This is a crazy thing. Okay, so I got 3 6s. Really hard in this issue. Really, really hard. And then you can, if you look at these, you can see there's a slight diagonal cut. Maybe you can't see. I mean, this isn't just the way that it is in the slab, although let's see if I can move this. I always fragile. These are extra fragile, so no, these aren't moving. Looks like they put them in, and they put them in slightly crooked, which annoys me. But so this is what I'm guessing is in the other section here, which is this side. I'm guessing they didn't grade the other one. Is it 1 or 2? Nope. Yep, it's 2. So they didn't grade 2 of these. I sent in 5. And I think the reason is because of the kind of diamond crooked cut. You can see this a little better on this one. Still, these are really cool. Super. You can almost see through them. It's like rice paper. And when you put them up to the light, it's really cool. You'll have to trust me on that. Actually, I like this one a lot. So anyway, those are the Victoria ones, and I had a number of them that I'd acquired through the years, and I decided to grade them all. I know some people are like, hey, why don't you grade 1 at a time too? Since I had it in there in the system, I was just like, you know what, hit 5 or whatever, and then grade them all. Weird that 2 didn't get graded and 3 did, and then all 3 that were graded were 6s. And then this one, no spec. This is a Steph card. This shouldn't be hard. This is a Rivera Steph card, but okay. It usually happens I get a couple of those back. So that's kind of the PSA order. Hello, Kevin. Hope all's well with you. That's kind of the PSA order. So the last thing, which I got to be a little careful here because it is kind of a big box. So I got to move some things around. When I said a big box, I meant it, boys and girls. So it looks like there's 8 items in this, or no, maybe 10. I don't know. Let's see what we got in here. I think I know at least one of the items. This has been here for a while. I haven't opened it. So we'll all kind of be on the lookout together for what shows up. Oh, I gotta do this side too, I guess. All right, let's see what's in here. So we've got a big box. I guess I'll put this down here for now. And then I've got some other things. Okay, so now I think I'm starting to understand what some of these things are. Most likely. Okay, I'll put this down. Okay, so these look like to me photos or other things of that style. So let me start to pull them out. Oh yeah, they have each individual one here. Okay. So this is a 2002 Panini Superliga de Estrellas, which has the Iniesta rookie sticker in it, and that is in PSA 7. Then we have this is an extra large pack. This is the 2004 Este pack, which has the Messi rookie in it. It's a big pack and a big holder. I didn't realize it was this big. So that's in a PSA 8. And then we've got another one of those in a PSA 8. And then we have a Puskas signed photo. I like this on the white Real Madrid. This is the authenticated Puskas. Not a vintage photograph, but really just nice photograph. I like his photograph a lot, especially on that one. Then here's another one of his in action. Again, these are not. This would have been awesome if these were, Type 1 photos, but they're not. But just having him, sign this are just really nice. These, and this is the Heinerle photo reprint. I thought that was kind of fun as well. So there's been a number of those floating around throughout the year, last year or a year and a half. Oh, this is fun. So this is actually Verstappen. This is rookie season, and it's kind of like the cards that they hand out at the races for the teams. So this is an autographed. It's not like a company issue. So this is kind of fun too. Hard to believe it was just a few years ago I was running around in the paddock when my dad raced in F1. Now the tables have turned, and this was him and kind of his early days. I want to say this is rookie material for sure. Not 100% sure on the dating though. So that's pretty fun. And then we have this box as well. Let's see here. Oh, this will be fun. So this has nothing to do with soccer collecting, but hopefully this will make some people laugh and have a good time. This is a Jawa. These were issued all over the world, and this is particularly the French version of these Star Wars figures. This is Meccano. And so this particular one is an AFA 85. I have the Jawa vinyl cap, which is just a rare item, and this is just a super fun Jawa version. So from Star Wars, and I just enjoyed collecting some. Not all. I don't go all in on Star Wars collecting, but there's just some items that I like. So that's that, and I have a massive mess around, and I'm sure I missed one or two small packages, but that's most of what I had here, which is good because I needed to get it out of this area and put away. So not sure if anybody had any questions, comments, wants to see something again. Of course, I got these what I call mega cards back from PSA that I crossed at the National. Very, very fun, as Seb mentions here. This very fun Jawa on card from Meccano, and in an AFA 85, which is a high grade if you guys follow that. Some pretty kind of cool. Here's a cool Verstappen stuff. Some nice photos from Puskas that are signed. A fun return from PSA that includes some nice Eusebio stuff, some natural rainbows of the Garinchas, some 1960 crack stuff that was really fun to get, as well as some really fun Cibeles and relatively low value cards from the late 60s. But still, nonetheless, fun stuff to have in the collection. Again, here are those types of Arcaro cards. Yeah, so I hope everybody enjoyed kind of walking through a little bit of everything in this. I hope that didn't disappoint, and hope everybody has a great rest of your Sunday night and a fantastic week ahead. So if there isn't anything else, I'll just check the comments here. I will likely sign off. Hey, by the way, if you could give me a like and subscribe to the video, I'd appreciate it. It would keep me motivated to keep doing this stuff. So everybody, doesn't look like there's any more comments. Have a great evening. Have a great rest of your August, and we'll touch base hopefully on the Discord. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.